Downsizing Diva, and I'm here to stay. Feeling good, taking my GLP one day. One whole year, wiped away my fears. Done 60 pounds, but that's no all. I kept on going even through the storms. My A1C went down. I still have work to do. Just when you thought I was done, my high blood pressure went down too. Feeling good, taking my diabetes way one less. I have a great slow me to tell. I'm on the road to lose 100 pounds. Can I do it in 2025? Guess I can. Downsizing Diva, and I'm here to stay. Feeling good, taking my GLP one day.
Hello, and welcome. Happy Sunday to everybody. It is, what is it, November the 9th, and I am chilly, and I should say just cold. So we'll see how long that lasts because I start off cold in these lives and I end up with the lights being kind of, warm. So welcome. This is Mounjaro. This is my week 90. I cannot believe this is my 90th week. Like when I think back, I'm like, where did the time go? Where did the time go? So this is week 90. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good and cold. So you guys know on Sundays, before I get up in the chat, I like to just talk about the topic. I like to dive right in. So let's do that. Let's dive right in. So this is Mounjaro week 90. This is my weigh-in, my real results, and what the scale didn't show. So I want to focus on, because I'm 90 weeks in, I thought, geez, Louise, that's a long time to be on this GLP-1 journey. And I thought, I want to focus on, what people really don't see, like the transformation you kind of go through that people really don't get a chance to see. And, luckily I'm a content creator. And if you've been following my journey, you may have had a chance to see some things. I don't know. You may have had a chance to kind of soak it all in, what I've been trying to say over these 90 weeks. And really, what I've been trying to say is do you. Do you the best way you can. And for me, that is slow and steady, and that is celebrating things beyond the scale. If I didn't celebrate beyond this scale, I think I probably would have, gave it up by now. So yeah, I just have really had tried to focus in on that. So I'm going to talk about some things that I have that has helped me along the way. And before I get into that, I want you guys, I'm not going to talk a lot about what I want to talk about, really want to get into, but I'm going to wait for my video to come out. So I am having a video that's going to be coming out right after this live. I scheduled it for 3:15. So when I'm off here at 3:15, I want you guys to go and check out my lab results. They are in. And when I tell you, you know how people, it's like clickbaity to say you can't believe this, it's a shocker and all that. I honestly was shocked by the results of my labs. And, I focused in on the cholesterol of it all and the A1C. So when you get off this live, you got to go check out that video. So I'm excited for you to see that video. And if you watched one of my vlogs, I had a vlog a couple of weeks ago. One of the things I did is I recorded myself after I left the doctor's visit and took the labs. I didn't have the results at that time. And so I was just a little bit nervous about it. And so you'll see what the results are. I just, lay it all out. You can see the numbers and they do what they do. So you have to let me know on Wednesday what you thought. Well, you can leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the video, what you think about my lab results when they come out. So I'm not going to focus on that here. I'm going to focus today on just things that, you can't see beyond the scale. And I wonder if anybody can relate to me. I feel like this is like a Sunday. We're going to preach up in here. So the first thing is, it is the mental discipline. When I tell you that it takes to stay consistent on this journey week after week, you guys, I don't have to tell you because you guys are kind of like preaching to the choir. If you're in this live chat, you know that it is hard work being on this journey, being consistent from week to week. And, this reminds me of kind of like my Weight Watchers, dare I say, journey a little bit because the weeks that I thought I was, doing it and doing it and doing it well, I didn't really see it on the scale. And then the weeks that I just thought, okay, I might have eaten out, had some fast food, here when I'm having fast food, I'm still having it with the protein first. And, I'm trying to do all the things to keep my calorie deficit going. But even when I do that, sometimes here on the scale, and I'm thinking, oh, I didn't have such a good week. I have a great week. And then when I think I'm doing everything right, I don't have such a great week. So it's just, it's tricky how the body works. And, I think I'm giving up on trying to figure it out. I'm just going to go with the flow and be easy peasy on into 2026. I think that's going to be great for my peace of mind. But the mental discipline it takes to stay consistent from week to week, it's just, it's hard work. So if you are, 2 weeks in and you've been consistent, give yourself a pat on the back. If you are, 12 weeks in, 3 months and you've been consistent, give yourself a pat on the back. If you're 50 weeks in and you've been consistent, give yourself a pat on the back. And consistency is not doing everything perfect, right? It's progress over perfection. Consistency is doing things most of the time, the way that you're going to see results on your journey. So it's most of the time. It's not all of the time. It's most of the time. And I will argue anybody in here, in anything you're successful at, you had to be consistent. You just had to. There is nothing. If you can think of something, let me know. But there's nothing that you have done that you're successful at that consistency wasn't a part of that. So just remember that when you're beating yourself up, you don't have to be 100% perfect. You just have to be consistent. And that means most of the time you're doing it and doing it and doing it well. I love that. Okay, so the second thing is the joy of feeling normal in social situations. Don't you guys feel normal now? I mean, and maybe you felt this way before. And when I say normal, I don't mean like, you're not human. I just mean awkward, trying to figure out what you're going to eat. Now, some of you may still be struggling with that. I don't struggle with it as much because, if I know I'm going somewhere, sometimes I take my own snacks. I have snacks in the car ready to go. I have snacks in my purse if need be. And, a lot of times I'll eat before I go. So I know I'm not even hungry. And the great thing about the GLP-1 is a lot of times you don't even want it, right? You could just walk right by it. You don't want it. So I think, that is just, just a joy, something the scale doesn't show, something we don't really talk a lot about, but it's a real thing. And I know some people are anxious. On my Friday Night Lives, we talk about that, how people say, people question them about, what they're eating, how much they're eating, why they're not eating. And, hopefully you're to the point where you can embrace it. I'm not eating because it's not my calorie deficit, point blank and the period. I'm not eating because I'm not hungry. I'm not eating because I don't want to. I'm not eating because I've eaten already. All of those are acceptable things to say that when I think back, like that's what people say who don't have a weight problem, right? We never question why they're not eating. We know they're not hungry. They don't want to eat. So I think we have to just kind of, accept that, we're in there now. We're in that crowd where, we don't want to eat and that's okay. It's our prerogative. Isn't that what Bobby Brown used to say? It's my prerogative. I could do what I want to do. All right. So the third thing is reduce inflammation. Amen. Hallelujah. Can I get a high five, people? Well, a fist bump. Bam, bam, a fist bump. I mean, I am so excited. That inflammation, whenever I get to, think it's creeping back up, I take that injection and it's A-okay. I absolutely love that. So I say, I was one of those people. I love that about being a content creator. You can see your growth over time. And, I always say a girl has a right to change her mind. So I could be on here for 52 weeks saying, I'm getting off this medication. I'm getting off this medication. And I could have an aha moment. Something could change my mind. Information, I always say, is power as long as you act on it. And I could change my mind about things. And that's one of the things. My mind has shifted. My mindset, I was thinking, I want to get off this medication. I don't want to be on any medication. Mounjaro is the only medication I currently take that I've taken other than like an antibiotic when I get sick or something, other than birth control. I've been easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now I take enough supplements where I could supplement you and you and you and you. I take a lot of supplements, but I don't take meds. So for me, this is not something I thought, okay, I'm going to be on this medication forever. But I have since shifted because of number 3, this reduced inflammation and joint pain. It's a real thing. And I just can't imagine my life back with it. So we shall see. But as of now, I'm going to be doing something to control that inflammation in my A1C, whether it be, Mounjaro, the injection, Mounjaro, the pill. Like, I'm open to all forms of things that are out there as long as it is deemed safe. So that's just what I'm doing. Now, a girl has a right to change her mind again, but I don't see it. All right, number 4 is inches lost that don't show the scale. Haven't we all said so many times the inches lost? Haven't we? And that's one of the things that we got to focus on. And we always connect that. I just think I want to say somebody on my Wednesday live last week had a kind of like a moment where they thought, the scale isn't moving. I was able to get into something that I could not fit. And I realized I'm losing inches. And I'm like, yes, you are losing inches. Inches are, they're just the bomb, aren't they? I shouldn't say bomb like that on here, but losing inches is excellent because it really puts things into perspective. And a lot of times we connect it with our clothes. I also connect it with my shoes. I tell you guys, my shoe game is on point. And before that, I could only wear a couple of pairs of shoes that fit comfortable and that I could, not come home and run home and hurry up and take out. Now I, can wear my shoes all day long. They fit comfortable. My feet aren't squeezing into them. And I just love that. So that's a great feeling with the inches lost. It's not just in your waist, your, bottom, your thighs. It's also in your feet, your hands. I always show you guys, look at this ring. The other day, I don't know, I must have been really like just going to the bathroom a lot, getting all that water out because my ring would not stay on. I had to take this ring. Look at it. It's pretty soon. I'm going to have to do something. I had to put it on this finger over here because it would not stop at work. It would not stop, moving around. So I thought, geez Louise, that's so awesome. So that things that you don't really think about are showing what a great job we're doing on this journey. The 5th thing is choosing groceries based on nourishment, not cravings. That's a huge one for me. When I go in the grocery store, I am searching for all things protein. I don't like a lot of the hidden, sugars of it all. So if I can't pronounce it, and if it's like a long running list of stuff, even a protein shake, I just don't want it. And the one that I've settled into is Fairlife. And I'm out of Fairlife and I get mine from Sam's Club. I'm like, geez Louise, how did I let myself do that? Then I remember that I had these beauties downstairs. They are 42 grams of protein. And I don't know what I've been saving those for, a rainy day. Well, the rainy day has come. So I had to go. I was like, I'm out of protein shakes. I'm going to have to go and get something else, Premier Protein maybe. And then I remembered I had those mega ones down in my laundry room. So I'm excited to pull those babies out. And then I'm going to replenish at Sam's Club. So other than that, pretty much I'm trying to eat whole foods and trying to eat the best I can. And I'm trying to eat things that I can pronounce. That's the best way I can say it. Things that I can clearly pronounce. All right, number 6 is the realization that the real transformation was not just physical. Isn't that a thing? Like, I think about all the mind tricks we're playing with ourselves and, how we're trying to beat the scale and how we're trying to get more protein in. We're tracking this, we're tracking that. We have more miles than a track star with all this tracking we're doing. And I just love it, though. I think that it keeps you involved in your weight loss and all of that. But if it becomes too overwhelming, guess what I say? Don't do it. If something stresses me out, I just don't do it. I just don't do it. I let it go and I keep it moving. That's one of the things I love to say. I say this to my kids in my classroom. We're not going to labor over it. We're going to keep it moving, right? And I think that's one of the best things we could do. The physical transformation is awesome, but I think a lot of us, and I see it, I feel it, I hear it, we're going through that mental transformation. And I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think this is why, going to these different content creators and, hearing their perspective and having that sense of community somewhere, I think it is great. I think it is great. And I think if whatever content creator you find that in, that is amazing. And hopefully you also have found it at your, your home, your work, your school, wherever you tend to be besides the GLP-1 community. But some of you guys are in this community big time. So, hopefully you find that in the comfort of your home with your family and friends as well. And you are so appreciated. I know I appreciate it over here. And the last thing before we get into the weight loss of it all, and I'll give you a quick synopsis of my week, but the realization about the way you inspire others without even realizing it. So I'm going to go into the chat and I want to know, when I get into that chat, how have you inspired others? Who have you inspired? Just think about it, because you probably are saying, Dee Dee, I haven't inspired anybody. I'm telling you, yes, you have. If you have a significant weight loss or a weight loss that can be seen or a mindset that has shifted, you have inspired somebody. Who do you think could be inspired by your weight loss? And if you can't think of anybody, write that in the chat too. Write that in the chat too. But I guarantee you, you have inspired somebody. And most of you in this chat, I don't know who's in here, but I'm telling you, you guys have inspired me. You really have inspired me. That's why I, continue to get on here, 3 days a week. I have things going on. It's other things I could be doing with my time. And I say, being on here, I'm giving up time with my daughter, with my dad, with this, with that. And I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't feel like I was, contributing in a positive way. And you guys are contributing to me as well in a positive way. So you have kept me motivated. You have kept me inspired. You have kept me wanting to come back and share my journey. Like, who weighs in on live, gives their weight on live TV? People didn't even know my weight loss. I think my mom, before she passed, she didn't even know how much I weighed. That's how much I wasn't telling people. I'm the girl who, my doctor, this is, and I've said this before, so I don't know, if you haven't been following my journey for a long time, you don't know this, but I used to be one of those girls that I would diet before I went to the doctor because I didn't want that scale to say I was over 3 something. So at one point during COVID, I had to go to the doctor because we were, they were giving those in, the shots and all that. And I didn't want to, I just wanted to be in line with what my employer expected me to do. But I also wanted to go to the doctor and check. And I think that point, I was so stressed out during that time. My daughter was out of school. We didn't know we were out of school. We were in, we were out. Parents wanted their kids in, they wanted their kids out. It was just, all over the place, which if you can imagine, you remember back because we all lived through it. And I thought, I'm going to the doctor. And at that point, I think my weight was 316. 316. It's documented. I'm like, how can I get that off my documentation? I did not want I went to a different doctor. I didn't go to my primary doctor. I did not want my primary doctor to see that. But little did I, I'm in one of those systems where it's universal. So if I'm in this system where no matter where you go, they're going to know what your weight is, right? They just look into your records, which is excellent. It's a great feature. But I thought I was hiding that from my doctor. She saw that in there. So I'm dieting down before I go back to the doctor. So my weight that my doctor sees now, was a different doctor at the time. This doctor, I would be so, I would be okay with her seeing whatever my weight is. My previous doctor, she was hardcore, no nonsense. And she was one of those people that was like, I don't think she, I would love to know. She's a concierge doctor now, but I don't think she even agrees that obesity is a disease. I can't even imagine her changing her mindset. Maybe she has, I don't know, but I can't imagine it. So that doctor, I would diet down before I went to her. So technically, and then that mindset just kept going with me that whenever I went to the doctor, I dieted it down. So my doctor, when I went to her to first get on, I think Ribelsis, I wasn't plugged in at 300 yet. I dieted down. I was hungry, but I was like, I'm determined when I get on that scale, it's not going to say 300. So I've often done that. And so now that's just a release for me that I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that anymore. So I love that. I love that for myself. So I just want to know, in the chat, if you're inspiring people and getting people moving and motivated, it doesn't have to be, we're not talking about content creators necessarily. I'm talking about at your house. I'm not talking about, because you have a channel and you're inspiring people on your channel. We know that. I'm talking about people outside of YouTube. Okay, let's focus on the people outside of YouTube. Who do you think you have inspired? Because if you're a content creator, I'm pretty sure you've inspired a lot of folks. So we're going to give you that. We're not talking about that. Let's take it away from there. Let's take it away from there. And me, myself, personally, I know that I have inspired a lot of my friends. I really have. One of my friends was inspired to start taking the medication because she saw I was doing so well on it. Another one of my friends is considering it. And people have told me how proud of me they were, that, they're inspired to lose weight. My one bestie, she can't get on the medication and she can't, she doesn't want to pay out of pocket. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the YouTube folks, because we know that the YouTube people are inspired, we're just assuming we're going to give us that. All right. So before I get into this chat, do you guys want to make a prediction? What do you think? Do you think I won or I lost? Or I said I won. I won, I lost, I gained, or do you think I maintained? What do you think? I'm going to stand up and I'm going to show you how I'm looking after, it comes out, my weight comes out. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let's see. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I lost, I gained, or did I maintain? Okay, so I see some people in the chat. Ooh, ooh. Mounjaro Journey with Pammy. How are you? She says she thinks I lost. Nora said she thinks I lost. Joe, she says lost. I think you lost 2.1 pounds. Jeez Louise, that's on your time. Oh, goodness. Okay. My twin says I'm down. Okay. 1.8. Okay. 1.9. Okay. 1.2. Okay. 1.0. Okay. 1.2. I love it. Dee Dee, I think you're always a winner. Just the fact that you're mindful and make the effort. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Kate, that's great. Look at you. Kate V, great. You look so professional. I love that. I love that. All right, so let's get into the weight loss of it all. Well, let me see. Let me take Kate off. All right, Nicole Pat says 1.4. She thinks I lost. And Nicole Thomas, I love it. She said I lost. Oh gosh, Nicole. Okay. All right. So let's see. Well, I showed this. If you were on my Wednesdays live, Friday. That was Friday night. We talked about before and after the shot. So here's my before and after. And I could, I'm kind of looking that way, how I am in my after, I always got clothes on, like heavy duty clothes. All right, Z says I lost 0.8. Okay, and Dario is coming in with the different thinking. He says 0.2457. I love that. I love that. All right, so here it goes. Jeez Louise, I gained 0.4 pounds. Look at that, 0.4 pounds. Like, what's up with the 0.4 of it all? I do not know. But let's just focus in on these. Now, I'm still 81 pounds down, almost 82. But let's focus on these non-scale victories. I'm still wearing clothes and shoes that I could not fit, and I'm using my vibration plate. That's another thing that I've embraced in my, one of these days I'm going to show you guys my home gym. It's not set up like a home gym. Things are everywhere, but around my home. But I do have any exercise equipment you could think of. I probably have it. So I said, I need to start using these things. So, maybe I'll pick up the thing and record myself on these things. Maybe not, but we shall see. But anyway, so my IUGA code, if you're interested in anything IUGA, here you go. You can use the Diva 25 code. I love to promote this IUGA because I actually love it and use it. And it's something you can get out of it too, which is some great, lounging clothes. So I love that. All right, so I'm going to show you how I am looking. All right, so my goal is to go inward. All right, so here we go. Here we go. All right, so this is my turtleneck. Isn't this a cute turtleneck? I just love the turtleneck of it all. So I'm trying to go in. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. And I'm going to go hard. Go hard. I go hard. This belly, we got to work on this belly. But, I am going in. I'm trying to get that, what do you call that? Like Coke bottle thing going on. So, yes, there it is. So this is me. So yeah, 0.4. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not really surprised. This scale, what are you going to do with the scale? I'm going to do everything with it, but throw it out. This scale it does what it does. So, okay. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, Nicole, that one good thing I will say about this 12.5 is that after 2 days, I'm going to the restroom if it's like a little stall. And I realize we should be going every day. We really should. Pam says she needs to get a vibration plate. I think by selecting the audience setting after each video. I'm not sure what that means. I'm sorry. Does the vibration plate really work? A friend has been trying to get me on one. Now I don't have, lymphedema or anything going on with my, lymphatic system, but it does help with that. But it does help with everything. It tones you up. You can actually do squats on it. You can control how high and how low you go on it. There are a lot of benefits to it. So if you go look on my community post, maybe I'll pull that up in my community post because it is on there. It tells you exactly what it does. And it's this fine guy on there too. It's a guy. He's so nice looking to me. And so anyway, so it's a guy on this post and he is, kind of giving you a little demonstration and he's going through the benefits of it. And Mel had asked me about this vibration plate. So I'm going to take you on there and just so you can see the benefits of it, because I think, I see a lot of people exercising, this is something you could do if you have joint pain or if you're starting to notice you have pain. Some people, even with the medication, have arthritis. They can still feel it, especially when that medication starts getting into its 5th, 6th, and 7th day. If you're on a 7-day injection schedule, you could start to feel it. So this might be something that would help to ease up your pain. It could ease things up for you. Let's see. Okay. 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 Sorry about that. I'm trying to, let me go to, I'm trying to get to my community post so I can show my name twin, Shay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I want to have it up first. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just share my screen. Jeez, Louise. Don't boot us off. What do you call this? StreamYard. Okay, so here we go. So can you guys see this? My community post. Here's the community post. Yeah, it said you should be able to see it. So if you, that's the link to get to it. It was from a couple days ago. Okay, so look at this guy. See how he's telling you, he's showing you how to get on there. The different kind of pulses you can have. So it's 3 different pulses. It may even be more than that, but look at him. And then this kind of shows you, it comes with these, what do you call those, resistance kind of rods. It comes with a remote. I got to find my remote because I don't know where my remote is. But yeah, it does a lot. I thought I had more details on what it does, but go click on that link and it will show you all that it does. it does on there for you. So I want people to have something, arm yourself with as much as you can get. Okay, so let me stop sharing. Okay, all right. So that was the vibration plate. Okay, all right. So let me go to the chat and do what I like to do, which is greet everybody. So I'm going to go back up from the top. I'm going to take it from the top. Take it from the top. Okay, okay, okay. Here we go. We had Lakeisha. Hi, Lakeisha. I saw her in here bright and early. Keisha, you are awesome. Thank you. Mel says, happy Sunday, Dee and Diva fam. And hopefully you liked and share and subscribe to the video. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. All right. Journey of Life. How are you? Hey, Journey. Let's see. Dee, wait a minute. We got Dee is Cookie is saying hello to me and a bunch of other folks in here. Mel is saying it's a beautiful day in South Florida. Hi, Mel. We got Joe. She says, hey, Downsizing Diva and Divalicious fam. Let's see. Miss Brenda, how are you? How are you, Miss Brenda? I love that hair. I love the hair, the little curl that hangs on the side. My twin, Purple Bellflower, how are you? Happy Sunday fun day, Dee in chat. All right, very good. Shay, happy chilly fall day to everyone. It is. It's a chilly day here. That's why you got me with my turtleneck on. I'm a turtleneck queen. I love to wear a good turtleneck. Let's see. Let's see, who do we have here? My name twin. She's saying hello to everybody. I probably missed when you came in and said hello, but hello there. She says, hi, Shay. Happy Sunday. Boss lady, the boss way. How are you? She says, hello, Diva. Hello, everyone. Sparker 99. What a name. I like that. Sparker 99. Very good. I love it. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Nicole Thomas, she says hello to everyone. I love that. The real MVP. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. You guys, where are you guys from? Because I wonder, is it cold where you are? It's in the 50s and 40s here. Dee, she says, happy Sunday. Z, how are you? Tangi, how are you? Good to see you in here, Tangi. Doris, how are you? She says, hello, all. We got Pammy Whammy. How are you? Pammy says, hello, everyone. Wait a second. Pammy Whammy. I left off on Pam. What happened to Pam? All right. She says, good morning, beautiful ladies and handsome men. Thank you for that, Pam. Ruth, how are you? She says, hi, Dee and everyone. Happy Sunday. Bellflower is saying, remember to like the live on your way in, and thank you. Doris is listening and driving. Journey is listening. I love that. Isn't it good to multitask? I love a good multitask. Nia, how are you? Look at those curls. That reminds me of my daughter with the beautiful curls. Andrea, she says, hello, all. How are you? Let's see. You heard a phrase saying finally fasting. He uses the phrase consistently imperfect. I love that. I love that. Very good. Sydney, how are you? She says, hi, beautiful Dee. I'm going to watch and listen while braiding, twisting my hair. Oh, I love that. I love a good braid. I need to do that with my daughter's hair. Jeez Louise, too bad we don't live close. We also don't want perfect to be the enemy of progress. Yes, very good, Mel. I love that too. Yes, yes, yes. Normalize no stressing over the food of it all. Yes, yes, yes. Don't you just love that? No stressing over the food of it all. Aren't we all consistently imperfect? I know I am every day of my life, imperfect. Yes. And a lot of us are perfectionists. Let's just admit that. But what I will say about it is, having a goal and wanting to reach a goal and being, great is great, right? It's good. But when you're perfect, I just don't want to be perfect because it's like pressure to stay that way, right? To stay that way. And if you hear people talk about so I can imagine how the maintenance people feel, but becoming successful, and we've all been successful at something, no matter what stage it can be. And I don't mean famous and rich and all that, but just successful at something, getting a task, figuring out what you want to do, being successful with following through. And we've all been successful. And once you reach that success, it's like you got to top yourself. And how do you top yourself? It's hard to top yourself when you're already at the top of something. So I think of it like that. Like, I'm one of those people that you want to set goals and do more and go beyond. But, at some point you got to be content with where you're at, and you got to be thankful and grateful for what you have and where you are. And so I feel like if you could be grateful, anything is possible, because even in the times where you're not perfect and you're not going to stress out about it, you're just going to be grateful for what you have and for where you're at. So if we could, try to keep that in mind, I think that would take us all very far. Yeah, being perfect is the enemy of progress, right? Yeah. And and I'm one of those people. I'm like, I pay a close attention to details. And it's such a struggle for me now, because now that my eyes are 53, and a lot of times they deceive me. Sometimes and I'm a third grade teacher. So just imagine, I'm seeing a lot of invented spellings. So sometimes when I'm seeing these invented spellings, it just triggers in my mind. Like, I'm used to seeing a word spelled this way all the time. And then I find myself spelling it that way and not meaning to. So it's like, geez Louise, I got to kind of like check myself when I'm doing all this writing and stuff on YouTube, because, and as a teacher, I hate to see a misspelled word, especially coming from me. But if you see a misspelled word, give me a gentle reminder. Just say, "Hey, Dee Dee, you got this word spelled wrong." Most, 9 times out of 10, it just was a mistake. And sometimes, if I try to do something on my phone, I could forget it. My fingers and this little keyboard, we are not friends. So I try to do most things on my desktop because of that. But yeah, perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I really don't. It's just so true to when you're perfect, you just got to keep it up. And who has time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that. So true. Even if you take a break for a day and fall off schedule for a bit, you get back on the grind. That is still consistently working towards your goal. Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's what we're running into when we meet people that, are struggling with like the slower weight loss, or people who, lost really fast in the beginning and then it slows down. It's like you still stay consistent with what you're doing, and eventually your body will fall in line. And it's hard to trust that, right? Because that kind of goes along, is different than what we know. And so I just think like, I'm just going to stay at it, and I'm going to stick to it. And eventually, my body will catch up with this mindset. And if it doesn't, then I'm just going to have to tweak what I'm doing to get back on that grind. I love that. I love that you, how you said that. And you're somebody who has done a great job. So that's great coming from you. I'm so ready to sing some Bobby Brown with you. He was your biggest crush. Okay, so we got to do a duet. We got to do a duet. Why am I on here thinking I can sing? And, I don't even care how I sound. That's because I'm always singing. I just love to sing a great tune. I said God knew what he was doing when he did not give me a Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston voice. He just knew what he was doing. Or Celine Dion. He knew what he was doing. Let's see. Amen to the reduced inflammation and joint pain. It dramatically reduced my rotor cuff pain. Excellent. Very good. Me too, Dee Dee. I only take Mounjaro and lots of supplements. Good for you. Good for you. Hello, beautiful people. Miss Rita, how are you? She says, how is everybody doing? We are doing great. Glad to see you in the chat. Let's see. Wait, I'm trying to think of a song from the group Total. It's on the tip of my tongue. She said, she's been meaning to ask you, did you get the Pam from the group? Did you get your pick? Pam from the group Total. Remember that group Total? They had some good songs. And why can't I remember anything off the top of my head? I'm going to have to Google this. Google it. Total songs. Are they going to know that that's an R&B group, Total? Kissing you is something, something, all I want to do. Kissing you. But that's not the song I remember them for. I remember them for another song. Oh, What You Want. How about that? I like that. Okay. Can't You See? Okay. Can't You See? That's the song that I was thinking of. Okay. Okay. All right. So you said you really like the reduced inflammation, but only when I'm above 5 milligrams. Okay. Very good. Now I saw that right away at 12.5. All right. Very good. The only two things I'm constant with are my weekly Z shots and being imperfect. And being imperfect. Oh my goodness. I know that's right. Hello, how are you? Isn't that Hamani? She says, hey Dee, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Welcome back to the chat. I must say, I love your profile pic. You know, I have that profile pic. I keep saying I'm gonna put that on one of my Friday Night Live thumbnails. It's similar to that, but I have not yet. Okay. Oh, Andrea said her weight plateaued for months, but she still lost the pant size. Excellent. That's what we mean by those non-scale victories. Okay. Yeah, not stressing over a food. A person has to actively try to overeat foods that are not conducive to good health when on these GLP-1s. Yes, and then when you do, they make you feel sick if you overeat it. So it is really a good check, like a checks and balances that we have going on with this. You said you need to get your wedding to be resized too. You're afraid of losing it. You need to get my wedding. You mean your wedding dress? Are you talking about your wedding dress, Pam? Wait a minute. Hold up. Okay, you're hanging out with your son. Your son got baptized. What? Yes. Oh my goodness. Take it back to church. Take it back to church. Take it back to church. I love that. Wow. What a proud mom moment for you. Tell your son that he has made one of the best decisions of his life. If not, I would say the best decision of his life. And just tell him to press forward. Oh my God. Keep his steps ordered in God. I love that. I got to give you some more confetti. Geez, Louise, this is for your son this time. Oh my goodness. We love it. Oh my gosh. Oh, geez, Louise, I love to hear that. With all that's going on in the world and some of these choices that these young people are making, to make an excellent choice like that for yourself, it's like kudos to you. Kudos to you and your son. Enjoy your day. But hold up, wait a minute. Reset with Anissa over there doing her thing with Mounjaro. Wait a minute, Anissa, I love your profile pic. And look, she got herself outlined and everything with the colors in the back. I love it. I love it. I love a good profile. I just do. Not the mega protein shake. Yes. All right. Thank you. Yeah, I felt like I was up in here preaching a sermon to you guys before we got started. Yes. I'm so glad I stocked up on Nuri protein at Costco. They had a sale in October. See, I don't know what that is. Amazon, what? Hold up. They mess up your protein. Your Fairlight protein shakes was missing. I got to keep the case. Okay. You got to keep the case and you got a refund. They messed up on them. Well, it worked out though, but geez, Louise. So Miss Brenda said, I'm so grateful for these live streams, especially on the weekends. Being with all of you a part of these live streams have helped me so much with staying with this weight loss journey. It really has. Yes, and then you starting that channel, it's also good. I need these there, like going to a 12-step meeting every day. Yes. And a lot of people feel that way. This is their connection, especially if you don't have that on the outside world. You don't have that on the outside world. And I'm going to tell you, it was this lady who was contacting me outside of, YouTube. And, I was trying to talk with her. And, I felt like she's one of those people that, really you could tell this is for her. This is her, her social, this is her community. And, she lives in a small town. She really doesn't have that at home. And I felt so bad because, I'm only one person. You guys know all the stuff I'm doing. And so, I felt like I just could not give her that time, to talk to her all the time. And I just thought, wow, that made me realize, that people, really need this community. They really do. Mine, everybody's that's out there. This, I'm just not saying me. So I think that variety and choices, and that's why for me, I've already established myself. I go live 3 times a week. I've established myself. But one of the things I don't want to do is overlap on somebody else's time. And not because, I'm, downsizing diva, and I just, anything special. I just think that so many of us are around here, and eventually it's so many of us now, it's going to be hard to avoid, right? But for me, I just think so many of us, are some of the same people are going to all the different content creators. And so, I just want that the options to be out there. I don't want people to say, oh, I got to choose between, Joe and Downsizing Diva. And it is going to come up to a point where people are, and you go on when you can go on, especially, live. I get that. But for me, I just set that in my mind, and I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to stick to that for myself, because I realize people, and you find your people, right? You might love Downsizing Diva. You might really like Downsizing Diva, and you love somebody else. That's okay. That is okay. You might love Downsizing Diva. I don't care who's on. I'm watching Downsizing Diva, and the other person, they just may be okay. So I say, find your people. Find the person that you connect to, the people that you have most of the time when you find a connection to somebody, it's something that they have going on that you can relate to and you can connect with. And I'm one of those people. It doesn't have to be me. It doesn't. I'm okay with that. I think everybody, if you're not okay with that, you got to be okay with that. People may love to chat with you. That might not necessarily mean they want to follow you, and vice versa, right? So I just think we got to be kind of okay with that. And, I love going to, the different communities and see how they operate. And, but I just have my vision focused on, this is how I want to see, my community. So I think I just love that. I love that people have found community in these different places. And who would have ever thought? I mean, did you guys ever think you would find a community and people you just love to hang out with on YouTube? Like, I still can't believe it. My friends can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm on here talking about my journey. I can't even believe I'm on here showing my face. I just can't believe it. When I say that, one of these days, and probably not on a YouTube platform where it's out in the open, because my friends are private too. And a lot of my friends, they're in business, they have, they don't really want to be public unless they have some sort of, like the plastic surgeon that came on, my friend from college, when he came on here, he really wants to help and stuff, but he's also a plastic surgeon. He wants to promote his business, which he wasn't even interested in doing a whole lot of that. And that's why you don't even hear me talking about it that much, because he just wanted to come and give knowledge and help people any way he could. But so those kind of people will come on. But most of my friends that are in the private sector, they don't want to talk about this. My one BFF, I want her to come on here and talk about pellets. So we might have to do it on another platform, because YouTube is so too public for her. And I get it. But she would love to come on and share and talk about that, just not on YouTube and be recorded. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe she'd be more comfortable if it was just my membership, because it's a smaller group. It's not everybody, that, 500 people can potentially watch it. So, who knows? So those kinds of things I kind of think about, like, I want more people to be involved. One of my friends that's I've just retired from the IRS. She's going to come to our stocks meeting. She's going to talk about, taxes and, help us out with the taxes of it all. And so, she doesn't really want to be recorded unless it could really help people in some way. And I told her it's not going to be out to the whole YouTube. So being out into YouTube makes people nervous. So I give you a lot of credit. You guys are a lot of credit that come on here and share because it's just it's a huge deal. It really is a huge deal. I can't wait to see who you guys inspire. So I might have to skip through some of these. But thank you for that, Miss Brenda. I appreciate that. And that just makes me want to be even more professional, even more educational and more supportive because I realize that people, need all those things. And that's just me and my brand and what I do, and that's why I say some people who just want to have fun and, be ratchet. I'm not going to appeal to those people all the time because that's not me. I couldn't be that if I wanted to. And if I did come on here trying to do that, we wouldn't even buy it at this point, right? So you just have to be you. You got to go where, and some days some days I like a good ratchet. I just don't do it. So I go to the channel and listen in where that's going on. Some of these I listen to like the Housewives recaps and this one lady, she she goes off on even her members on there. You say the wrong thing and she's booting you out. And I just love listening to her channel, her perspective on things. It's so funny to me, how she operates. I would never operate like that. If somebody wasn't doing what I wanted in the chat, I would just have a private conversation off YouTube. I wouldn't be calling you out in the chat. If I did that, I would have to be livid. And people don't really ruffle my feathers like that for me to be livid in public. I like to have a conversation off on the side. But this lady goes in, and I like to go over there and listen to her go in. I'm just gonna be so I said all that to say, it's something out there for everybody, and I'm just glad you're here. How about that? I am glad you're here. So I want to see who you inspire because I just don't even want to cry about this, but I'm just, I can feel it coming. Let me see. So let's see. Okay. So Joe says someone told her the other day that they didn't realize there were many CPAP machine masks available if they didn't get on with my live first one. Yes. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that whole sleep apnea, that's a thing. And the fact that you're talking about it and bringing attention to it, I'm sure you have inspired so many more people. And you're making it seem like it's a cool thing, right? Now, Joe, we might have to call my dad. I don't think my dad is. He doesn't think it's anything cool about it. I just went to the doctor with him. I took him to my doctor. And so we're working on getting him because he has sleep apnea and we're working on getting him something going on. But he has not embraced the CPAP machine. We done got him a CPAP, a BPAP, a DPAP, a whatever PAP, a nose guard, this, change that, do this. He just cannot get with it. But he's also 76, and once you're older, you're not as open to change like a lot of times. Now, this is not everybody, but I just know, once you get a certain age, you're kind of stuck on what you want to do and how you want to do it. And so that's kind of my dad. But I give you kudos to you for being over there, being an inspiration. All right, so I see Keisha says she inspired her mom. I'm my mom's size now. Very good. Look at that. Go, mom. Go, mom. Go, mom. Go, mom. I love that. I love it. Kate the Great is up in here. Now, Kate, this profile pic is everything. It's everything. First of all, I love the green. I started to wear a green jacket with this, but I thought I would be hot. And I'm actually getting warm as I move around. So, yeah, we could have been 20, maybe on Wednesday. Thank you. I appreciate that, Andrea. Thank you so much. All right. So my weight loss twin is reminding us to like. We have 53 people watching. Do we have 53 likes? What is going on with that? Miss Brenda. Brenda inspired me to walk the last few days. I saw her walking in her videos, and I said, if Brenda is walking, I am too. Yes, I love it. I love it. And you know what? That's how it was for me when I started. I saw this one content creator, and she was large. I mean, large and in charge. And I said, if she could get up and walk and move around and do stuff, I certainly can. And then I still, just was doing my little stuff I was doing, my little stuff. But on the days that I didn't feel like doing the stuff at my bedside and just in my room, like the little things I was doing, and it wasn't little, let me stop downplaying it. But when I started realizing if she's doing it and she's like 100 pounds more than me or 200 pounds more than me, I can do it. And so the days that I didn't feel like it, I did it. I did it. So seeing those videos it is really inspirational. And I told you guys the story on Friday. I was, laying in the bed. I had not done my knee lifts for the week, and I thought for the day, and I thought, I'm not doing it, Miss Toy. I'm not doing it. And then I got on my live. Got on the phone, and I don't know, I got my phone vibration thing. I always say vibrator, don't I? My No, it's not what you're thinking. But so the phone started vibrating, and I looked at it, and then of course that just led to the scroll. And the first two, like I want to say the second or third person I saw was Miss Toy doing those knee lifts. So I said, let me get my buns out of the bed and do those knee lifts, and I did. So that helps. So I get it, because that really does help. So kudos to you, Miss Brenda. See, you're already inspiring people on that channel. And you don't have to have fancy stuff. I really wish I wasn't fancy smancy. And some people are fancier than me, obviously, of course. But, I like to be a little bit more on the fancy, more professional, educational side. And I wish I could just let that go. But you got to be you. And every time I say I'm going to put this video out, I'm not going to add anything fancy to it. I'm over here thinking of something creative to it. So that is just me. And one thing I realized on this journey is you can only, as a content creator, you can only be yourself. Really, that's just what has to come through, is be you, yourself, and I. And that's not it. It is what it is. All right. So let's see. Okay, Joe is saying she revealed on a recent interview something she's never revealed for herself until then. She couldn't get in the shower and bathe herself properly until week 12 of her journey. Jeez Louise, Joe, good for you. So, and when I say this medication is life-changing, you're like one of the people that comes to my mind, because I really feel like, and I feel like it saved a lot of our lives. But for you, who had so many things going on that we could see, a lot of what, I think our lives have been saved. The stuff we can't see, right? The effects of that high blood pressure that people had going on. Like you might feel fatigued, you might get a headache. Thank God I never was getting a headache or anything like that. Or you might have had a stroke. Some people have had mini strokes and strokes. Some people are having mini strokes and don't even realize it. And so when you have things that you can't visually see, people think it's not there, but it's still doing damage. Yours, we could see, and you verbalized it so well. So I give you a lot of credit for sharing that. Let me give you some confetti. Sharing things like that is on this open platform like that is just, it's brave. It really is brave. So I just have to give you credit for that. Geez, Louise. Okay. All right. So you guys, I'm trying not to do the ugly Oprah cry on here. Geez, Louise. I really hope that inspires others suffering with misery because they don't know what to do about their weight. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So Mel says one of her good friends who she was with last night literally texted her this morning that she's inspired her to improve her health and beauty routine. Yes. We were out celebrating her 50th last night. Mel, see, you are inspiring people. I'm telling you, everybody has a story. And anybody who doesn't know it, I'm telling you, you have inspired somebody. They might now let me say this, they may be a hater and they may not have revealed that you inspired them yet, but it will come out. The truth is I always say, the truth will be revealed. Everybody has their story, and then there's the truth, right? The truth of it all. So I love that. I love that. Okay, so now I'm not going to be able to probably read all these comments. When you see all these comments and where I'm at, I'm on timestamp 221 and it's 301. So I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to get to as many as I can. Kate the Great, she says she came in to say hi. Oh, you're headed over to watch the Seahawks and visit before his 2-month business trip. I'll be in touch, Kate. I'll be in touch. I have to contact you. A friend of mine decided to join me on the journey, but she doesn't use GLP-1. She just made changes. Okay, very good. But that's still support, even though, it's a little bit different because the GLP-1 journey is unique. But we love that for you. That's still some support. And I'm pretty sure you've inspired her because, like I said in the video, and I know some people probably unsubscribed or didn't like what I said, and I stand by it. It's not just the medication, it is you, because you can eat right through this medication. Most of us. Now, for you that can't, I don't know if I should say good for you or not, but I'm saying I can eat right through the medication. There are times when I just said, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm focused on my goal. And I'm sure a lot of people have done that. So when people say like, oh, this is the easy way out, you're cheating. That's not true. That is not true. It's not cheating. It's just a tool. And it's definitely not an easy way out. And when you're getting your bonds up and you're exercising, the medication isn't telling your brain to get up and exercise. It's just making it easier to do it. And when I say easier, because you're not having the inflammation, you probably aren't having the chronic pain that stopped you before. So that's what I mean by the ease of it. Not that it's easy, because it's absolutely not. I'm still looking at doing those leg lifts today, and I don't want to, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right. Let me see. Okay, so very good. Cookie shared a few days ago. Yeah, she just talked about that, how you inspired her. Excellent. So I'm glad you started that channel, because you're getting inspiration and sharing your story and getting it all out, but you're also helping other people. And a lot of times we don't realize that. Okay, so Joe said, you just wait, Miss Brenda. The amount of comments you'll get on your video telling how you've helped inspire the viewer, it will warm your heart to know. Absolutely. And that's what inspired me to show my face, because I wasn't even showing my face. I was just speaking. And shout out to Angie. I don't know if Angie's in here. Angie Baxter, I think that's her last name. She is watching all my old videos and commenting, and I appreciate that. When I wasn't sharing my face, and I was just talking. And so so I appreciate her going back. But yeah, that's a thing. I was just like, and I'm not showing my face on here. I'm gonna be incognito. But it was just to help to document my journey, and then it just evolved into helping other people and becoming more invested in not just what I'm doing, but what everybody else is doing. So I look forward to those things. I want to know what's going on with you and you and you and you. All right, let's see. You said it inspired you to be kinder, braver with your transparency and honesty about experiences, and to be better. Yes, and I love that you are on there sharing that. You overate. You ate because the emotions of it all. I'm sure a lot of people are doing that and not telling about it. When I talked about that emotional eating video I had, I talked about all the emotions of it all. I eat for all occasions: happy, sad, disappointed. And I'm still going through that. Like, that's a thing. Now, I don't know if I would consider myself a, what do they pronounce it? BED eater. So you don't say that on YouTube, but I don't know if I would be considered that. But I definitely have times where I just was like eating my feelings, or celebrating and celebrating how happy I was. So that's also a thing too. Okay, you have so many. Okay. Pamela, what are you talking about, honey? Yes, I have inspired my sister, girlfriends, and family members to join me on this quest. Some with GLP-1s and other on their own ways. I love that. Love that. And I am sure you are, because I think you're one of the pillars in this community. That's, I see you on all the lives, not all, but you're the ones I go to, and you're offering great advice. You're very supportive. So I just can't imagine how, and I figure, a lot of times when you have that going on, I figure you're inspiring somebody in your home as well. You also have that support too. So you have a great support system. So no wonder you could be such a great support system for us. All right, very good. Let's see. Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. My girl Nora says, guys, I want to start a YouTube channel, but I don't want to be searchable by name and I want it to be private at first till I'm ready. Can I do that? Yes. Did you just hear me tell my story? I was audio at first. So you don't have to show your face. You really don't. And maybe one day you'll feel comfortable to, but you don't have to. You just record things. You can even record on your phone and just have the audio playing and put up pictures to show, or one picture. You know, this one lady I watched, she has one picture up and she's like a podcast, I guess, but it's a video. And this is the lady I say I go to when I need my ratchetness. And telling folks off, you know, I lived through her. You know, she has just a picture up of herself, and it's like a sketched out picture. It's not even really her. I don't think it's really her true. And she shows her face on shorts and stuff sometimes. But for the most part, she's just a picture up and she's just talking. And I'm telling you, when I tell you, she tells folks off, she tells folks off. So you can do that. You don't have to, you know, it doesn't have to be where you're on video. You could just have a picture up, you could be talking, and, you know, you can start a new YouTube channel too. Like, so if you don't want Nora, you know, out there, you could start a new YouTube channel. Now, so I don't know. They've done something with these YouTube names. I don't know what that's about. We would have to figure that out. But yeah, so I hope you do. Yes, Pam, go on to my community post and see if you can find, see if you like that the thing I have. Oh, Miss Toy, Miss Toy, Miss Toy, Miss Toy. She's got it. She's got. I'm gonna be telling that story, Miss Toy. I don't know if you were in here to hear that. I'm gonna be telling that story every time about how I was laying in bed. I'm like, I'm not doing those knee lifts. I didn't even think about it, to be honest. And then I saw your video pop up. I'm like, geez, oh man, let me get my buns up. Yes, I'm trying to get that hourglass figure. Yes, I'm trying to. Now, I don't have to be so super slim, but I'm trying to get it in. Downsizing Diva, you have been consistently coming down from week to week. It's inevitable to tip the opposite direction. The body is like, hold up, wait a minute. Yes, Nicole. Yes, I love that. It's Darian. Please don't add any self-deprecating comments as you celebrate your wins. Your wins are your wins. That's right, Darian. That is right. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. I love that. And, you know, you know, say that because I think when people are on the journey, you know, a lot of times we try to figure out like what happened, what went wrong. And sometimes your body is just doing its own thing. These comments are going deep, deep, deep. Jeez Louise is right, Nora. Jeez Louise. So, Darian, I want people to go to your Substack. You know, mail to the B. Can you put Darian's Substack in there again? People aren't hip to Substack. You know, I knew about Substack only from Dave on the Pen, you know, when he started his Substack. So a lot of people aren't hip to it. We're going to put your link back in the chat so you could go and support Darian. I love that. Love that for him. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm gonna tell you something too, Darian. I'm gonna send you a message. Okay, I was answering your question. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna go through here. I'm sorry, I'm so behind. Ooh, I was inspired by my mom to get help for my sister who has morbid obesity and other issues. Excellent, excellent job. Excellent job. Paula, how are you? How are you? Jeez, Louise. Okay, yes, Bellflower is on it. We love that for her. I love that. I'm watching the time. My daughter's reminding me. Diva, how are you, Diva? Look at you. Such a cute profile pic. We love that. Yeah, oh, Anissa, that's okay. Anissa. Oh, it's 74. 74. How about that? Okay. That's a beautiful day. Oh, in Texas, Cookie is saying it's 72. Oh, geez. Only we can only wish. Kim K, how are you? How are you? You know, when I see your pic, I just think about I need an around the way girl. That's the one for me. Oh, LL. The LL of it all. Let me stop before his wife finds my channel and spanks my hand. Jeez, Louie. Okay, all right, let's see. Oh, Paula, you're getting an RMR test to find out where I'm actually at with your metabolism. Excellent job. Let me give you some confetti on that. Very good. I love the data of it all. I love when people are really trying to figure things out about what's going on with their body, because for many of us, it's just not a weight loss journey. It's a health journey, right? It's a health journey. Jeez, Louise. Let's see. It's normalize the becoming and then owning, standing on the business of you and being okay, happy and content with healthier versions of yourself. Yes, and that's easier said. I think a lot of people struggle with that, but that's okay. That's okay. We're here, just, I'm glad you're here to just kind of help reassure people that, we're going to have some fluctuations, some ups and downs. Darium just reminded me, hey, don't be down on yourself. You got this. It doesn't matter. Focus on some other things. I love that. I absolutely love that. You said I'm so not perfect. That's okay. Well, nobody really is perfect. So I wonder, do people think that they are? I don't think anybody really thinks that, but if they do, they're just going to have a disappointment, and it might not come soon, but it will come eventually, right? If you think you're perfect, because no one is. Um, let's see. Oh, kissing you total. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm scrolling down, scrolling down. You remember Pam from Total? We love that. Let's see. No, I've never tried those protein shakes. Limitless Living with Shanta. How are you? She says, what did I miss? Oh my goodness. You missed it. You got to go back and catch this replay. Jeez Louise. We had a lot going on today. Met with some friends. Says Becky Clark, how are you? Becky says, met with some good friends on Friday, and a lady was showing a picture of her daughter and her weight loss while taking a GLP-1 medication, and they were putting her down. Oh, they were putting her down for it. Tell them to come to the Downsizing Diva channel. I would love for somebody to debate me about these GLP-1 medications on my channel. I don't know if I'll go on your channel. I have to see how your channel is. But I would love for somebody to come in here and debate me. I really would, because I just don't think they win. But we shall see. So if you know somebody that wants to come on here, if you know somebody who wants to come on here, if you know somebody that wants to share and talk about this GLP-1 and they have a different view, please do. Send them my way. Send them my way. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Okay. Oh, Becky. Okay, Becky. Becky says, I've been on a journey for better health since February. Zepbound and compounded tirzepatide down 40 pounds. You feel so much better. You're praising God. Absolutely. Let's give her some confetti. I love that. Very good. You should feel great about yourself. 40 pounds. Like, all this weight. This is a lot of weight for people to take off. All right. Let's see. Somebody found somebody else they like watching more. Jeez, Louise. Um, Sid, where have you been? Sid, how are you? Looking good, looking fabulous. Jeez, Louise, look at you. You look cute, super cute. All right, so I gotta get off here because I had to take my daughter to uh um gymnastics. I'm trying to see what you guys, if I'm missing any comments. I know, Sam. Why, Sam? Why do I keep saying vibrators? And I'm not. If I was doing my one too, I would say I'm doing my one too, but I'm not. I don't even know why I keep saying the the vibration of it all. I don't know why I'm saying that. That is so funny. Michelle, how are you? You're on a plane. Oh, let's see how long that connection lasts. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hope you're going somewhere good, tropical, fun, all those things. You haven't lost much yet, but you did go down a size. You already got two people But already 2 people got the name of your doctor. See, people are noticing. So you're inspiring people. And inspiring people isn't like, oh, okay, you're the greatest person ever. You know, they just want to put you on a pedestal. It could just be somebody who is seeing you and saying, geez, oh man, like she looks great, or I noticed this about him or her, and I want to do that too. And I'm sure, it's Darian in here. I'm sure he's inspired, so many men that know him, have seen him, been a part of his life, to want to do something about their health and slim down and slim down with the idea of being more, being healthier, I should say. So I love that for you all. Let's see. I am going to, let's see. Okay, Jennifer, how are you? My daughter was inspired by my success, and now it's on to and doing great. You take the shot together with your daughter. Oh, I love that for you. Geez, Louise. Oh my goodness. So that is some support. See, that's the kind of support that I wish we all had. But unfortunately, some of us don't, and that's okay, because that's what Dee Dee's here for. That is what Dee Dee is here for. I love that. I love that. Okay. So let me just say because I have to get off, I just want to see if I didn't catch everybody. You guys are in the chat, so you've seen each other's comments. Just the public hasn't seen it. I could always go back and look. Michelle lost 42% of her body weight. That's excellent. Excellent, Michelle. Geez, Louise, that's almost 50%. Oh my goodness. Sin says a win for her is she could wear boots that go up to her knee for the first time ever. And I got to put this on there because look at her profile pic. That is one of my goals. I don't know if I'll reach it by the time it's time to take off these knee-high boots, but you could buy boots that are for plus size women or bigger calves, even if you're not plus size, because some women have big calves, or bigger calves, I should say, even if they're not overweight. But they're more expensive. They don't always look as good. So yeah, I got to get to the point where I could wear some calf boots. You're not going to be able to tell me nothing. I'm going to have my boots matching with my fur. It's probably going to be a faux fur, but that's okay. So I'm going to be doing it up. So if I don't get to that this winter, that's going to be my goal for the next winter. I'm going to have my boots going to be lined up. You're going to be like, why did this girl have her boots lined up on her bookshelf? Wouldn't that be crazy? All right. This is so sweet. So sweet. Okay, she says a person who lost weight that I respected told me that I inspired them. Very good. Dee Dee, you didn't have to do that. Appreciate the love and boost means more than you know. I hope people enjoy the stories from the messy middle. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm on there. In some kind of way, I signed up for a Substack. I saw you follow me. I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to go back to the portion. I'll talk to you on Instagram. I'll connect with you. But yeah, we want to share that because we want you guys to go and support Darian on his endeavors, like he supports all of us. All right, somebody's over there that said they love it. Yes. Yes. Very good. Anissa, subscribe to Darian. Very good. So you guys got to go to Darian so you can be in the know on the messy middle. Let's see. Greetings from Cali. It's 88 degrees. Gail, how are you? Let's reveal 189. Haven't been in 15 years. No longer a diabetic. Yay! Dun, 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 dun. Hey, dun, 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 dun. Hey, dun, 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 dun. Hey, ha, ha, ha. Go, Gail. Go, Gail. I just love that. I love that. Isn't that like a good feeling? Geez, Louise. You are going to sleep good tonight in that 88-degree weather, too. By the time the night gets here, it might be more in the 70s, maybe the low 80s. But look at you. Geez, Louise, your labs are good. That is awesome. So, you guys, she just reminded me, I got to get off here. Check out my guy, Darian Substack. Anybody that's a content creator. I know Mounjaro Journey with Pam is in here. Go check her out. Go check out, who else do we have in here that's a content creator? I saw Anissa, Reset with Anissa. Where is she? That cute profile pic, Miss Brenda. Go support her. And just support everybody that's out here, giving you some inspiration. They give you a little dose of something. Joe, of course, we know Miss Joe over here. I'm trying to find Anissa's page, Limitless Living with Shanta. Go support her channel. I always forget everybody. We got a reset with Anissa. And just real quick before we go, I want you guys to know if I missed anybody, it's just charge it to my head, not my heart. But go and check out my video. It's up live right now. See what my lab results are, and we're going to talk about it probably on a little bit on Wednesday. And and I'm just going to give you a head. I will not be on this Friday. And, I may not be on the next 2 Fridays. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes because the holidays is coming up. And if I'm not busy or already, I got things going on. So we'll see. But this Friday, I will not be on live Friday night. So I'll have a video up for you to enjoy probably. So have a great night. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you for spending Sunday with me. Stay safe. And if if it's cold, stay warm. If it's warm where you are, luxuriate. Bye. Happy Sunday.